Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Check 2. Check 2, check 3. Check, check, check. Infinite lightning. Whoa. That music. Infinite lightning. What's going on, dude? Let me get this. We're just getting ready here. I don't even know what this is going to lead to, but let me get the echo off. Let me get the echo off. There we go. Like I said, I don't know where this is going to go. Let me get the music turned down just a little bit more. A lot bit more, actually. A lot of bit. What's going on, Infinite Lightning and the 3 others that are here? Don't know where this live stream is going to go. This is not going to be your typical Cobra TV live stream. We're going to be making some videos, some cyberpunk videos, and talking about some various things. Whew. It is so weird to see 3 people watching. Now it's comfortable for me to look at the viewer count. I tell you, over there on Cobra TV, it's stressful looking at the viewer count. Because I care so much about that YouTube channel that I think I do it a disservice because I think I handle it with kid gloves. Can anybody hear me? Infinite Lightning, can you hear me? Don't know if I'm doing everything right over here. Let me see if my levels are showing up. My levels are showing up. I hope this isn't streaming to the other channel. Okay, so if anybody can hear me, please let me know in the chat. I don't know if I'm doing everything right or if I hit the wrong button. Okay, Ant-Mun. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Okay, everybody can hear me. That's good. I did something right. I didn't hit a wrong button. Okay, so yeah, it's so much more comfortable seeing like 4 people watching over there on the other channel. I handle it with kid gloves, like I was saying. I feel like I do the channel a disservice because I handle it too carefully. Sometimes I don't post things that I feel like I should post over there as far as video content, just because I feel there's always a question like, I don't know, do they want this? Will it hurt the channel? Because I care so much about that channel. I want it to grow. I want it to do good. And I feel like sometimes that might be hurting the channel because I'm limiting some of the stuff that can go on over there, and I'm worrying too much about having it fall. But it's so much more comfortable to be over here. It really is. But there's something weird going on with YouTube at the moment. My live streams, when they upload over to when they finish processing after I've streamed live and you get to see the video on demand, it's messing up the voice with the video. I went back to get a clip from my last subcast, and I noticed that the sound of my voice and everything else in the video is like a 10-second delay, or it's 10 seconds apart from each other. So that's a bit weird, and I don't know what's going on. I heard another YouTuber talking about that, and YouTube is saying that problem doesn't exist. But obviously it is, because if you go back and look at the clip that Peaceful Gamer clipped when Yaucha donated $500 twice last night, or the other night, the video at that time before it was done processing, it's fine. It's the voices, it's synced up with the video and everything's fine. But now when you go back and look at it, it's all messed up. But I checked it on mobile, and it works on mobile just fine, I think. Wow, this is a definite change of pace, that's for sure. What's up, guys? How you doing? We're going to talk about some Cyberpunk, maybe even a little bit of No Man's Sky tonight, and another cool game, Stormland. Going to talk a little bit about Stormland. Let me see if I can get this picture off of here. I'm not streaming on the other channel, am I? I really hope I'm not. I hope I'm not streaming on the main channel. This is just going to be really relaxed. I'm going to talk to the chat. This is not a structured show. We're going to be making some videos, so you're going to hear me rereading some lines, because I am a horrible reader and I mess up quite a bit when I'm reading, because slightly dyslexic, if you guys haven't noticed. I can't focus on the order of the sentence. I never have been able to. It's very hard. But, like, my eyes will try to start at the end of the sentence, and then I'll go to the middle of the sentence, and then I'll go to then I'll make my way to the beginning. And then when I get to the middle of the sentence, when I'm doing good, all of a sudden my eye goes to the end of the sentence, and then I lose my place. So reading has always been a bit hard for me. Live. I don't know. So this is just going to be chillaxed. It's going to be calm over here. There's no stress. This channel is not, this channel's probably not going to go anywhere over here, but it's weird. It's more comfortable, right? It's just us. It's just us. It's just a calm, relaxed setting. I don't have to worry about messing up over here. But there's a definite problem with the video processing with YouTube. So I'm going to stay off camera until that problem erases itself, or YouTube finally realizes there is a problem, and I'm even going to stay off the camera on the main channel too, just temporarily, just till YouTube can fix things. But let's go ahead and get the logo off the screen here and see if we can. There we go. There we go. There you guys are. Your chat is not showing up in my Streamlabs chat. So that's kind of weird. Whoa, Inception. Okay, hang on a second. Let's see. Yeah, I can't see your chat in the Streamlabs chat. That's really strange. I really hope I'm not streaming on. Let me go check. Let me double check and make sure I'm not streaming on the Kerber TV channel. That would be bad. Let's see. All right, I don't think I'm streaming at the moment. But yeah, check this out. Watch this. Look at this. What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for coming out to the show tonight, the Friday Night Subcast. And we're going to get started here in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and play the intro, and we'll be right back after this. Did you see that? That is just unreal how delayed that is. And it was fine during the stream. I know some of you guys were watching during that stream, and it was fine. And now it's all messed up after it got done processing. So I don't know how to take that. I've got to pop out the chat so I can see what you guys are saying, because Streamlabs is not showing what you guys are saying. So let me go back to the live, and we're going to pop out this chat. There we go. So now I'll be able to see when I'm looking at something like this, but it might get in the way of the video. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Okay, so yeah, so I don't know what to do with that. I guess I'm gonna have to just stay off of camera for a while, because yeah, Aunt Mun, I'm pretty sure you watched that live, and it wasn't like that live. And I went back and I checked out the subcast before that one too, and it's messed up. So I really don't know what's going on, but it's not going to help to get new Cobras if they come by that video and say, ooh, look, a really long podcast for No Man's Sky. I've been looking for a podcast for No Man's Sky, and they come across that video and it looks like a foreign film. And they're gonna be like, well, this guy's douchey. I'm not gonna subscribe to this guy. I'm not gonna join this community over here. So I'm definitely gonna have to get that fixed. I don't know. We're gonna have to see what we can do with that. Let me see what you guys are saying. Yeah, Ant-Man, yeah. Enrico Bendito, what is going on, buddy? We got Frag Ninja in here. Yaucha. Hi, Cobra. First time I've been on this channel. I'm excited to see what it's all about. Also excited about No Man's Sky's summer update. Yaucha, thank you so much, man. I've got a video that I recorded today where I thank you and show a couple clips. I haven't uploaded it yet, partly because I got really disappointed and I got a little YouTube depressed, I guess you want to call it. The stream that you donated to, the sound and the video, they're not together. You know what I mean? It's like almost 5 or 10 seconds apart, and I'm like, well, nobody's going to subscribe to that if they come across it. You know, it looks horrible. So I was trying to figure out what the problem was, but it happened after YouTube processed it. So I quit editing videos earlier today, and I wasn't even going to go live tonight. But I thought, why not? I haven't been live on this channel. Devlin, what's up? I haven't been live on this channel for over a year. Maybe even 2 years. So I figured, why not? Just come on here, be able to talk to people without the stress and worries about the quality of the main channel. And I'll finish that video tomorrow, editing that video. But yeah, Yaucha, thank you so much, man. Yeah, it blew my son's mind. It's just an awesome night, Yaucha. Thank you. All right, so like I said, if you're here for like top-notch quality, it's not going to be here. This is more like the people who really want to follow Cobra TV. This is going to be the candid version of Cobra TV. This is where we're just going to get. I'm going to be able to go live and not have to worry about damage to the channel by just sitting here doing whatever I want to do. You know what I mean? It's just going to be a more relaxed version and different conversations, things like that. And I'm also going to be tonight. I'm going to be recording some videos live. I'm not going to edit them here live, but I'm definitely going to record it. We're going to be recording some Cyberpunk. Lady Gaga may be appearing in Cyberpunk 2077 is going to be a topic we're going to be talking about tonight. Cyberpunk 2077 will be out by 2021 alongside another CD Projekt Red unannounced title. I'm going to talk about that. And you won't get a game over... Wait, you won't get a game over for failing missions in Cyberpunk 2077. So that's a really quick article right there. Cyberpunk 2077 will have a fan requested feature that Red Dead Redemption 2 really needed. I'm going to talk about that as well. Hello, Game Shaw Murray. I think there's positivity around No Man's Sky. We're going to talk about this article here for a little bit. And we're also going to be taking a look at Stormland. We'll go ahead and play that right now. We'll play this. We'll talk about it a little bit later. We're going to do some research on it and just figure out what it's all about.
We almost made this place a paradise. We almost found the truth behind the Stormland. But the Tempest had other plans. Now our hopes come down to you. Will you transcend your programming and find the others? Are you willing to scavenge what you need and fight back? Dive deep into the slipstream. Channel the power of the Spire and reclaim your world.
Wow. VR Battle Royale kind of game. That looks pretty cool. I think it's like a Battle Royale type of game. Papa Cobra, what is going on, dude? What's up, Marky Mark? How you doing, buddy? Yaucha Revlin says, you are so welcome, well-deserved for sure. Thank you, man. Enrico Petito. Oh, pretty. Thank you. Oh, you mean the game? Okay. Ant Mun says, we need wingsuits in No Man's Sky, especially with VR coming. That'd be really cool. Last Days on Earth. Hey, Cobra, streaming 2 nights in a row. Yeah, over here is a little bit less stressful. It's so weird that I cannot see you guys chatting in the Streamlabs app. So if I don't respond right away, I will be coming back into the chat and checking and see what everybody's saying. Enrico said, yeah, the game, but you were pretty too. Thanks. Interesting, says Infinite Lightning. You know, I kind of find it hard to buy games nowadays. I don't know about you guys, but when I see games that look really, really cool, you know what really disappoints me is I was in GameStop the other day getting some VR titles, and I saw The Division 2 sitting there, and right on the case it says 1 year season pass included if you bought that version of it or whatever. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. So you mean after a year, I have to purchase more content for the game that was supposedly a $60 fully finished game? It really stops me from purchasing games anymore. Because I don't want to keep paying for a game that I've already paid for. Maybe it's just because I'm older and I'm used to the old cartridge days of, you know, of course not, I'm not bragging about Atari or Nintendo or Sega Genesis or PlayStation 1 in comparison to what we have now. No comparison, right? But just the fact that games were done as much as they were going to be done, and you had to wait for the sequel. Once you bought it, it didn't sit there on the shelf begging you for more money. And I kind of miss those old days when games weren't a sales pitch. You know, where a game, you bought it, it's yours. You put it on the shelf, it's a nice collection. Nowadays, you go to your collection and you got a quite nice collection, right? And there might be a title that you haven't touched for a while, but your title of, I don't know, let's use Call of Duty for an example. Your title, Call of Duty, it's a great game, you played it, but your game doesn't have as much content on it than somebody else's who has purchased all the DLC for it. It just seems weird. It's like now you have an incomplete game sitting on your shelf that you bought for full price. I don't know. So Infinite Lightning says, yeah, I have to agree, and I'm a young person. Aunt Mun says, yeah, that turns me off completely. Infinite Lightning says, I hate paying for map packs in Call of Duty. Look, I understand, you know, like, well, it's extra content. I get it, right? Yeah, but you have a game like Call of Duty who's a multi-million-dollar franchise. There's a lot of business suits behind that. And maybe they make a mistake once or twice and you had to pay for the extra maps that they didn't think about at the time of production. But after a while, you would think that they would get their act together and be like, look, we're charging our customers more money for maps that we should have. Maybe we'll wait a little bit longer until these maps are done and put them all in the game and sell it, right? And then other people come to me, well, the price of games has stayed the same for a long time. And I get that too. That's a good argument. But at the same time, it's like, how much cost are they actually cutting by most of their sales being digital now? The production for the cases and the CDs and stuff like that, and advertising, that's a write-off. Yeah, it's it's you spend money to advertise, but it's also tax deductible, I believe. I just want to pay one price, although I'm okay with cosmetic microtransactions. Yeah, I guess I don't see a problem with that either. I don't know. It's just a really weird topic. Definitely not something that I thought I would see myself facing when I was younger. You know, thinking about the future of games. But when I was young, I had this idea, right? Here's my idea. And this is why maybe I just saw the future coming. But back in the olden days when we had PlayStation 1, I thought, you know, when we had memory cards, remember the memory cards? Come out. I wanted to design a fighting game, right? And you could design a fighting game to where it had like just your base fighters. And this is why I believe I saw the future coming. Because my idea back then was like, ooh, you know what we could do? We could create a fighter. Like multiple fighters, like hundreds of different fighters with different fighting techniques. And put one fighter each on these memory cards and sell them like action figures. And that way, you could get some guy that knows, he's like a Bruce Lee type person, and go buy him in the store and learn all of his moves and stuff like that. And then you could take your collection to your friend's house and fight all the fighters that you have, and maybe even trade fighters, right? Wouldn't that be kind of cool? Well, that's the future of DLC. That's what DLC ended up becoming. But I had that idea, I would say the PlayStation 1 days. And they kind of came out with that a little bit, you know, with the action figures that go onto the little platforms and things like that. But I thought about it way before then. Way before. Well, maybe I wasn't the first person, but it was there, and that was the future of DLC. Let's see, Devlin Pixie says, when you were young, the game was finished when you bought it. Now they can change whenever they like. Some pros, some cons. Oh, I get it. Yeah, Devlin. Yeah, there definitely is pros and cons. Back then, I remember some games that had really bad glitches in it, right? Quality control was a little bit better back then, too. They had to get it right, so they really doubled down on quality control. The way they release games nowadays would not have flown back then. Because you were... Imagine releasing a game on PlayStation 1 and not being able to fix it over the internet with a patch. and releasing it in the state that Fallout 76 was. You know, broken game pretty much. Oh my gosh, that'd be horrible back then. So they really tried harder to make sure the game was bug-free before they released it back then. Now, it's almost like they don't care. They just release it and say, it's okay, we'll just put out a patch if things are wrong. And Devlin, yeah, No Man's Sky would be... It would be the same as it was in 2016 if we weren't able to patch games. And it's not the fact that I don't mean finished in terms of like No Man's Sky. What I mean is coming out. You know darn well if a game releases with 4 maps, and then each time you end up paying for 16 more maps. That's a pattern of behavior. It's like, why not just put those other maps in the game when you know, why not just wait? I don't know. It stops me from buying games. Let's see. Infinite Lightning says, "Oh God, Cobra, games as a service is caused by gamers, not the ones who create them." I agree. It's partly the gamers' fault, and it's also like the publishers. Yeah, the developers are not. Well, I don't believe the developers are in on this. They're going along with it. They're helping create the separate content, but it's mostly the gamers. Like if more people were like me, and I don't know if I suggest it because I don't buy games that much. Just because of this, you know, I buy cheap games like indie games and stuff like that, and I play those. But I don't buy a whole lot of AAA games. I just don't fall for half of that. But yeah, it starts with the gamers. If everybody would just teach them a lesson, and not buy, but it's just not going to happen. You know, there's all this boycott this and boycott that, even outside the gaming industry. But nothing is ever truly boycotted. People get mad. They say, "Oh, I'm never buying this product again." Well, guess what? A week later, 2 weeks later, people are back to normal. People are buying those products, using those services again. So there's no... Once an entity is so big, there's no such thing as boycotting them. Infinite Lightning says, "But aren't games becoming more complicated and require more work to make these days?" Yeah, I would say so, but look at the work that No Man's Sky has done with a small team and a very low budget. So when I hear games are taking like $300, $500 million to make, I ask myself, why? Why? The Unknown says, these big publishers are a big reason quality control has gone down. A lot of them have fierce deadlines, and all they care about is profiting and numbers. Very true. I'm with you on that, The Unknown. Infinite Lightning says, games back then were just mere shapes, pictures, but now they're realistic. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, Tekken 1 was a good game. Graphics were pretty low poly. But I'm pretty sure it's still the same premise. I don't know. It's a weird conversation. I just, and like I said, I'm probably too old to understand the whole sales of a game after it's been released. I don't like it. I'm definitely not boycotting the idea. And it's not like I look down upon anybody who does support the season pass and DLC sales type. We can all do whatever we want. That's the reason it stops me from buying games. Now, if they would have changed the universal price to like $80 for a game, I'm down with that. Just do it. Just do it. But they won't. You know why? Because they can squeeze out 120 or more out of the title. They don't want to raise the price of the game. They want to get that $60 ticket, and then they want to bleed you for another 60, and then another 20, and then another 20. They just want to keep going. There's no way they would raise the price of the game. The Unknown saying, I saw Ant. Apparently some people thought it was fake, so they started interacting with the world they made. Stubborn Ninja, what's up, buddy? Hey, man, I can barely load the stream. Glad to see you're streaming. Have to rewatch this when you're done. It's not going to be an interesting stream. I'm curious how many people are even in here. 12 people. I didn't even expect there to be 12 people watching. And I'm not really even putting on a show. I'm just sounding like an old man over here. Just complaining about how games are sold now. But I got to say this, it's much more comfortable over here. Why is my chat not loading over here? That is really strange. Refresh chat. Alright, so I hit refresh chat. We'll see if it works. I don't know. It might not. Antmon said, it blew me away. Cobra, you have to check it out. Yeah, Cobra. Check what? Wait. Check what out? What did I miss here? Speaking of realistic, check out the new Unreal 4 engine trailer. Photorealistic. Oh, I seen that. Yeah, that's amazing. I seen that. That was pretty cool. Okay, so I guess we could get into some of this some of the Cyberpunk news. You know, there's a funny story a long time ago, years ago. I went to go make a video, and I was streaming live on Twitch, and I didn't realize it. And I'm sitting there recording a script that I had written. And I'm sitting here rereading, messing up, cussing really loud when I have to reread the sentence 10 times. And I'm sitting there like, you know, just, I don't know, just yelling and screaming, cussing, slamming my hand down on the table and stuff like that. And I realized that I was accidentally streaming the entire thing. It was funny. See, have you done gameplay where you just jump into random games on No Man's Sky? No, I haven't. I should, because I got a lot of circuit boards. I got stacks of circuit boards that I could just give away to people. That would be fun. Yeah, I got a whole bunch to give away. I may or may not have taken advantage of a duplication glitch, but it's gone now. All right, that's how I got the circuit boards. And I don't want them, so I'll give them away. So maybe we'll do that in a future stream. That's the problem with the multiplayer. I don't know. I don't know if it was cheating or not. The science. It's science. It was science. The Atlas allowed it. Friday Night No Man's Sky. The multiplayer in No Man's Sky makes no sense to me. I don't like it. I don't like the jump-in multiplayer. Maybe with just friends, right? But the jump into somebody's random game, I think is kind of dumb. Even though people could turn it off, it just breaks the immersion of this being a truly big, massive universe where you could just jump in on somebody instead of having happening to run into someone on accident, or using the galactic map to see places being discovered, and then seeing that they discovered the system next to it, and the system next to it, tracking somebody down that way. Somebody just says that should be a live show where you just hang out with people and game. I know you keep saying that. You keep saying that, and you're so right. The Unknown says, yeah, you're right about that, actually. Random joining doesn't make sense. Yeah. Ugh. Just don't like it. Yahoo just says, I don't like that either. Jumping to others' game makes the game feel smaller. You're right. That's exactly what it does. It makes it feel smaller. Taking a month to travel to your friend is a journey we'd remember 100%. Yes. I'm the guy that traveled to the Galactic Hub and then not only got to the region, but found the needle in a haystack, Lenin, on my own. And that's one of my best memories of No Man's Sky. The journey to get there. Every day coming home from work, getting on and warping more, running out of warp cells, stopping at just a random planet on my way to get resources to make more warp cells. And then heading back out to the stars and warping again. Finally making it to the Galactic Hub. And best memory, one of the best memories of No Man's Sky. And for that to still be in the game, and that's how we find people, that would be amazing. Oh yeah, Enrico Benito says, you were so happy to reach it. It was a great moment. Man, I was in the region, right? And I was searching through the stars. I'm like, which one is Lenin? I can't find it. There were so many dots. I didn't know which way. I kind of looked at the shape of the region where Lenin was, but I couldn't tell because it's a 3D map. Or were they upside down? Were they sideways? Oh my gosh, it took me forever. And when I found it, I think I screamed. Amon says, one of the original attractions for me was the idea of randomly happening upon someone else in the void. The Unknown says, well, I hope No Man's Sky Online has player models for random encounters. The journey is not an issue unless in different galaxies without able to return. The journey is not an issue unless in different galaxies without being able to return. Yeah. It's a weird thing. I don't think they're going to get rid of the random jump in, jump out. But I think that they're going to really increase lobby size, things to do together. Travel to a friend who is in the next galaxy, I don't mind, but can't easily go back. Yeah, I gotcha. I think being able to get with your friends, join your friends, that is a little bit better than random jumping into somebody that you don't know. Friends, I could see. It's fine. All right. So what should we do? Should we talk a little bit about Cyberpunk, or do you guys want to talk a little bit more about No Man's Sky? Yeah, Yo just says, I remember that journey you took. I made one too, to a friend. It took so long, which made the moment we met something I'll never forget. Isn't it just, I know, man, it's the hard work that you put into it. It's the journey. You remember every step of the way. I do. I remember going to the Pilgrim map to see where my location was. I remember trying to do the black hole roulette, which was a disaster if you messed up and you would have to spend hours to get spit out into a perfect location that would cut your time down significantly, but not a whole lot. But yeah, it was just like being out in space. It's like being out there, and then the possibility for being completely lost. You know, it's like how I am when I have to take a detour, and they don't tell you which way the detour, and I'm completely lost. You ought to see me on the freeway. Your ramp that you take every day to work is now closed. And now I have to go straight. I can't get on my ramp. I've never gone down this way before. Where do I go? I'm such a lost fool. You ought to see me in life. It's almost like my Revenge of the Survivor series. I end up, there was one day, it was just like my Revenge of the Survivor series, that I had to take a detour. I ended up lost, realized that I didn't have hardly any gas, and I was about 30 minutes in between exits. It was just, it was like not having enough plutonium. Remember when it was called plutonium? Those are the good old days. Mention plutonium to an Xbox user, they wouldn't know what you were talking about. Oh gosh. All right, so Cyberpunk. Let's talk a little bit about some Cyberpunk and record some videos. Let me change up the music here a little bit. Gotta get the Cyberpunk music on. Let's see. Yeah. Thamium 9. Oh yes. Iridium. Yep. Chrysonite. Yep. You guys remember all those videos where I would pass up plutonium while I was looking for it? I would say a good 80% of that was me doing it on purpose to get people to yell at the screen. Like, I've never seen a Let's Play where people wanted to yell at the screen, and once I realized people were yelling at the screen at me while I was playing, I'm like, this is great. People are going to think that they're watching football. Like, someone next door is going to be like, they must be watching football. Truth is, no, they're watching an idiot play No Man's Sky. Spadonium. Titanium. The ship video is always recommended. That's a good topic. You remember that ship video? Yeah, you do. Of course you do. And look at how many of those ships the game does not utilize. Let me turn this down a minute. I was getting ready to start. Look at how many ships in that video that the game that you don't see in the game at all. And Ray Rob was saying that the engine is only being used at 2% capacity. Only 2% of the engine for No Man's Sky is being utilized. I wonder, you know, and Ray Rod said that he can make it more than 2%. So I wonder what the heck is going on with Hello Games. And yeah, Ray Rod, he's the mod god, you know. He's the one that makes all the cool mods and the overhauls of No Man's Sky, and he increases that percentage quite a bit. And I had him on the show a couple days ago, and he said that he cannot think of why Hello Games is only using 2%. He said he doesn't understand why they do what they do. Last Days on Earth said, not all Xbox users. I only swapped because my PS4 files didn't survive the next conversion. Yeah, there's a lot of PS4 players that now exclusively play on Xbox. I asked him if it was the PS4 hardware, and he almost like wanted to say no, it's not. That he just doesn't understand why Hello Games does what they do. Yeah. Infinite Lightning, yeah, I wish they would use more than 2%. There's got to be a reason. There's definitely got to be a reason. But that just, like, give you goosebumps. Maybe it is PS4. Maybe there's some problem. And that when next gen comes, and Sean Murray was talking about teraflops and how next gen was just truly amazing in that interview where he said, wow, you could do this and that, and there's teraflops. And so maybe they're planning on releasing a remastered, revamped, oh my god. The future of No Man's Sky is not over, guys. We'll get to Cyberpunk here in a second. When No Man's Sky released, I thought, okay, my channel's done. It's over. The game's out. It's time to either close it down or it's time to move on. But then when the world was mad at No Man's Sky, I thought how ridiculous the things that they were saying were, so I wanted to speak out against it. And I also wanted to sympathize with the people that were genuinely disappointed, who weren't part of like the Pitchfork team. So I stuck around and said, "Well, hang on, guys. They're not hiding out with Putin in Russia. All right, these guys they're gonna, whatever it is, they're gonna fix it." So I stuck around because I knew they were, right? We all did. And they did. And there was something to talk about. And then we realized that there was going to be more updates. So I stuck around and we talked about more updates. And it just kept going. And we still have very active subcasts where people call in to talk about a 3-year-old game. Think about that for a second. That's a little crazy. Bless you. So think about next gen. It's just right around the corner. And think about what Hello Games could possibly do to No Man's Sky with next gen. Think about that 2% capacity. If they raised it to even up to 50%, what the game would look like at that point. Oh, we got Matt Barrett in the chat. What's up, Matt? How you doing, bud? But yeah, this journey with No Man's Sky, it's not over. I mean, we have a new game that we could start covering whenever they release some info on it. And we also have next gen No Man's Sky, which I'm pretty sure is going to be a thing. This was their dream, their passion to make this universe, and now we're at a point where next gen's right around the corner, and they could, just throttle the pedal to the metal on raising that 2% up to 25%, 50%, 80%. What if 100%, right? That's a good way to look at it, Unknown. All right. So yeah, there's the journey with Hello Games. It's not over. I'm going to cover every single thing that comes out of them, whether it's the new big ambitious and silly game that they're working on. I wonder what they mean by silly though, and also obviously the updates for No Man's Sky, plus possibly No Man's Sky Next Gen. Ooh, what if that's what they title it, like a Star Trek nod? No Man's Sky, the next generation. Right, let's do that again. No Man's Sky, the next generation. Possibly. Zyger Boy, what is up, dude? How you doing? Man, we got some Cobras in here. I thought I was only going to get like maybe 4 people watching. Bane Blackbeard, what is up, dude? How many people are in here? Okay, 15. So it's still at a comfortable level. Still at a very, very comfortable level. Okay. All right. We are going to get to Cyberpunk. I promise. Right now. So what I'm going to do, let me kind of set this up. I'm going to be recording a video. Just the music and the vocals and things like that, and like a little bit of the design on here. I'm obviously going to put the intro, the really quick intro that I talk over, because I don't like intros in videos. I like to get them out of the way, so I start the video while the intro is rolling. Just because nobody likes to sit there through an intro. So. A little bit more cozy over here. And who knows, on future shows, maybe we'll take some callers and stuff like that. And if we get some good content with some callers, I'll upload it to the main channel. Everything, all the Cyberpunk that we're getting ready to do is, it's going to be for the main channel. I'm going to record it, and then, recording live. I'll download the video, obviously. And then I'll edit it to make it go smooth. All my mistakes, I'll get that out of there as well. Because I'm pretty sure I'm going to stop the chat in the middle of it. And then edit all that stuff out. And come up with some good stuff, hopefully, for the main channel. Alright, so let's go ahead and start. Alright. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Alright, that's a good level. Normally I add the music in with Sony Vegas, but I'm going to do this live. I haven't even read these articles yet. Loud and clear, amigo. Mikey B. What is up, dude? How you doing? Playing No Man's Sky and watching Cobra. What's up, Frag Ninja? Let's see. Bit of behind the scenes, Cobra. What do you mean? Oh, a bit of behind the scenes. Yeah. Yeah, this is kind of like that. It's like candid behind the scenes. What's weird is I have not read these articles. Normally with my dyslexia and stuff like that, I pre-read the articles so that I kind of remember them before I read them on the subcast and stuff like that. And so that way my site doesn't go all over the place because I kind of remember the article. But I have not read these at all. They're just things that I saved that I've seen on Facebook, and that seemed like they had interesting titles to them. So they don't seem like they're too long. Is there more coffee? Thank you, babe. All right, so here we go. Thank you guys for coming back to That Was Too Loud. Let's try that again. What's going on, guys? Thank you so much for coming back to Cobra TV, and today we're going to be talking about Cyberpunk. We got a couple articles here saying Lady Gaga may be appearing in Cyberpunk 2077. All right, let's start over because I got to turn down the music after I do my introduction. All right, so we're going to turn down the music right there. Okay. What's going on, guys? Thank you so much for coming back to Cobra TV, and today we're going to be talking about Cyberpunk 2077. Yes, in the midst of all the excitement with the No Man's Sky Beyond update coming, we cannot let loose on the throttle with Cyberpunk. They are going to be at E3 this year, and so we got a couple articles that we're going to be going over. Lady Gaga may be appearing in Cyberpunk 2077. And then another article saying Cyberpunk 2077 will be out by 2021 alongside another CD Projekt Red unannounced title. That's very interesting. We'll have to take a look into that one as well. And you won't get a game over for failing missions in Cyberpunk 2077. And the last and final article we're going to go over is Cyberpunk 2077 will have fan-requested feature that RDR2, Red Dead Redemption 2, really needed. So we're going to dive right into this and check some of this out. First up is Lady Gaga, maybe appearing in Cyberpunk 2077. Lady Gaga is one of the zaniest people in Hollywood. From her dress made of meat to her space-age costumes, she wouldn't exactly look out of place in CD Projekt Red's upcoming dystopian RPG Cyberpunk 2077. We might not be the only ones who think so, as rumor has it is Wait, let me read that one over. Maybe I should add in the music after. Yeah, so we'll keep the music down. And then I'll fade it out. Okay, let's start over. So let's start off with Lady Gaga maybe appearing in Cyberpunk 2077. Lady Gaga is one of the zaniest people in Hollywood. From her dress made of meat to her space-age costumes, she wouldn't exactly look out of place in CD Projekt Red's upcoming dystopian RPG Cyberpunk 2077. We might not be the only ones who think so, as rumor has it the star could actually be making an appearance in the game. The star could actually be making an appearance in the game, at least according to one French publication. An unnamed source close to the publication said that not only has Gaga has been seen. Oh, okay, they added an extra has that doesn't belong there. An unnamed source close to the publication said that not only has Gaga been seen in the CD Projekt Red studio, but that she's set to participate in Cyberpunk 2077 in one way or another. It is believed that she potentially took a part in some mocap. Let me read that again. It's believed that she potentially took part in some mocap for CD Projekt Red, but whatever or not that's the case has yet to be confirmed by either Gaga or the studio. If Gaga really is joining Cyberpunk If Gaga really is joining Cyberpunk in some way or another, we'll likely to get our first glimpse of it during E3 later this year. Who knows? Maybe she's involved in the soundtrack, or she could be part of the presentation we're expecting from the devs. Then there's a tweet here saying it's been rumored that Lady Gaga is collaborating with CD Projekt Red and will have her own character in the highly anticipated video game Cyberpunk 2077. An official announcement is expected to be made at E3 2019 in June. Although a collab with Lady Gaga would be pretty exciting, the only thing Cyberpunk fans really want from E3 is a confirmed release date for the title. CD Projekt Red has been teasing us for literally years now, offering up nothing more than a cryptic "It's coming when it's ready." Now, it's not cryptic. It's what it should be for every game that comes out. It will come out when it's ready is how every game should be. I think wanting and just driving down that question, when's the release date? When's the game coming out? I guess we all want to know. I want to know. But I think it's more important to let these developers just make the game. Tease us along the way. Show us some things here. Show us some things there. Do a couple interviews. Show us a little piece of a video or a picture or talk about the game. That's fine with me. I want to learn more about it. I want to read more about it. I want to watch more about it. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to pressure the company. So when they say it's coming when it's ready, should not be cryptic. That's what every game developer should say. Sorry, rant over. Let's go ahead and continue reading. Well, we're ready when you are, CD Projekt Red. Like, really, really ready. The waiting game. Hopefully E3 will have something good for us this year, by which I mean a release date for Cyberpunk 2077. Jeez. The same thing happened when No Man's Sky was getting released. Everyone, Sean Murray would tweet out, "Oh, look, the sky looks really blue." And then a million people in the comment section on Twitter be like, "Release your game. Release the game." It's like, let these developers do their work. Don't pressure them into a release date. But it's just me. It's just me. Look, don't get me wrong. I do want to know what the release date is. But I can wait for that. I want the game to come out when it's ready. Cyberpunk 2077 will be out by 2021, this article says, alongside another CD Projekt Red unannounced title. That thump-thump you can hear isn't the sound of my heart beating. That's the heavy synth soundtrack of Cyberpunk 2077 blasting through the walls to celebrate the fact that it's been confirmed we'll be getting our hands on CD Projekt Red's dystopian urban RPG, according to the CD Projekt Red forums moderator, blah, 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 blah. I can't pronounce that name, Donata. As far as the strategy for CD Projekt Red group for 2016-2021 is concerned, its plans to release the second AAA game by 2021 remain unchanged. We are currently focusing on the production and promotion of Cyberpunk, so we don't want to comment on further projects. Wow. In about 2 years' time, we'll be exploring Night City and turning our very own flesh and bone into high-tech killing machines. The gameplay demo from E3 2018 sure looked polished, so we might not even have to wait until 2021 to play Cyberpunk 2077, as it might be further along than we think. Plus, there's another unannounced game that's coming out by 2021 too, and CD Projekt Red is staying quiet on the topic, so no word whether that's Witcher 4 or a brand new IP. Whatever it is, I'd be surprised if it wasn't an RPG, as clearly CD Projekt Red's strong point. And to be honest, the chance to run around in another one of their worlds is enthralling enough to keep me semi-patient until 2021. So I don't see any comments posted on this article here. I don't know. Let's see. You can view the translated document here. Let's go to the document real quick. CD Projekt Red reaffirms their plans to release 2 AAA games by 2021. CD Projekt Red says that they are not changing their plans and they will release 2 AAA games by 2021. One of those is obviously Cyberpunk. Here's their statement. As far as the strategy of CD Projekt Red Capital Group for 2016-2021 is concerned, its plans to release the second AAA game by 2021 remain unchanged. We are focusing on the production and promotion of Cyberpunk, so we do not want to comment on further projects. I would say we can expect a reveal of another game quite soon. Edit, people were suggesting that this is old news. It's not. Here's a link to the official where you can find. So that's a really weird way to word things. So they're going to release 2 AAA games by 2021. That doesn't mean... That means from now until 2021, 2 AAA games are going to be done. That doesn't really mean that Cyberpunk is destined to be 2021. It could be 2020, and this other game that they're working on could be 2021, or it could be vice versa, or yes, they could be releasing them both in the same year of 2021. So take it how you want it. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think that's supposed to mean. I don't know if that's an actual confirmation for the date. Again, we're so focused on the date. It's just so strange. The next article we're going to go over is saying, it says, you won't get a game over for failing missions in Cyberpunk 2077. This article reads, it sounds like Cyberpunk 2077 is taking its role-playing very seriously, as a recent developer interview on a German site, GameStar, thanks Reddit for the translation, reveals an interesting detail regarding mission design. The gist of it is that you'll never see a game over screen unless your character dies. Supposedly, this means that missions can fail and that the story will simply carry on. Sure, your sloppy handiwork may have consequences later down the line, but that's what role-playing is all about. We love stuff like this. Remember how in old Assassin's Creed games, For example, you'd have those instant fail stealth sections where you'd hit a game over screen if you were spotted. Note that none of that nonsense here, and boy, we are glad. What do you think of this design? Don't botch the job in the comment section below. What? There's 37 comments. That I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so I think that's really cool. I mean, it doesn't take it doesn't take you out of the immersion. You know, if you fail it, then so what? Maybe you have to run away. Maybe you have to run away and hide, and maybe somebody dies or something blows up that wasn't supposed to blow up. So I think that's a great game design for Cyberpunk. Our last and final article here is Cyberpunk 2077 will have fan-requested feature that Red Dead Redemption 2 really needed. So this sounds interesting here. Creating a game that'll survive the test of time is a huge feat, and it's important to look at fan feedback and see how you can improve from what's come before your game. We're going to go ahead and take a break right here and see what you guys are saying, chat with you guys, and we'll pick that up in a minute. Get myself some coffee, and then if you just come by, I'm just reading. We're just recording a video, and then I'm going to edit it later. So this is not really a podcast. This is also a way for me to like hang out with you guys and chat with you guys and things like that. And you get to hear me record a video. All the mistakes, that's all going to be edited out. So. Eurydice says that doesn't make sense to have a sequel to such a huge game be just a year later. Yeah, isn't it just a weird... It's a weird article. It's a weird statement. Yep, Cyberpunk is definitely going to be at E3. I 100 like look, back in the day, probably 2015, I confirmed that No Man's Sky was going to be VR compatible. I got beat up for it, and I'm not one of those guys saying, "See, I was right. It's VR compatible. I told you it was coming." I'm not going to be that guy, right? Even though I just said it, but I just made fun of saying something like that, right? I'm not going to say that literally and be for real about it. But in 2015, I showed that they had Project Morpheus PSVR in the studio, and it was always at somebody's desk, and it was always switching places. And I showed pictures after picture after picture with this thing, and I got beat up for it because I thought, common sense, like this game's going to be the most perfect thing for VR. It's like the universe, it's exploration. With Cyberpunk 2077, it's definitely going to be VR. And I could kind of say that and confirm it, but there's no facts to back that up. And the reason why I think it's going to be VR compatible is because the reason why it's a first-person RPG, which is really strange, right? Because in RPGs, you can upgrade your character, you can change the way your character looks, character customization, adding things, changing things to your character, and yet it's in first person. They said that there's ways that you could see your character, like in mirrors, cutscenes, and things like that. But they said they wanted to go first person to immerse yourself into this world to make you feel like you were in this world. So with the technology of virtual reality being, it's not a gimmick, right? It's definitely a piece of hardware that's becoming very serious in the gaming. Very serious, and for that to be like the holy grail of immersion, right? It's definitely a perfect fit for Cyberpunk 2077. It'll be there. Eurydice says, yeah, they required art, but vehicles are in third person. Yes, you could actually go in first person in vehicles too. But they are giving you the option to be in third person in vehicles. We've got no wonder why Zyger Boy says, no wonder why CD Projekt Red's focus on first-person mode to get the live immersion of the world. So it's very obvious VR can be enabled and disabled based on the user's choice. Bam. Bingo. Bingo. Alexander Shekels, we've been waiting for April Fools to be over to share this good news with you. We're opening CD Projekt Red's store in the following weeks. Keep your eyes open for updates. Oh yeah, I'm super excited too, buddy. Grammy's here. Hey, Grammy, what's going on? The only kind of VR I will be able to do is be a sim and just sit and watch TV. VR is bad for anxiety and has triggered my sensory things. Grammy, there's games out there that probably won't do that to you. One of them is called Star Child, and it's really hard to explain. Star Child is a third-person game where it's like you stuck your head in this alternate reality and you're controlling somebody, and you don't get motion sickness with Star Child. If you got VR in your house, Grammy, try Star Child. It's on the free demo that comes with PSVR. I guarantee you will not get motion sickness. You're just a witness to what's going on, and you're controlling the character. But it doesn't move you around, and you're not going to get motion sick. It's actually one of the titles that made me just drop my jaw to VR. Okay, so I guess we should get back to this article. Had me a couple drinks of coffee. Grammy says, it isn't motion sickness that I have an issue with. What happens is I get too scared. I have panic attack, which then stimulates a heart... Ooh, no. Okay. Stay away from VR. Don't listen to Cobra for anything. Do not take my advice on anything, Grammy. We do not want you having a heart attack. Uridite, the future is AR. It's not VR. You're right. AR is going to be, I would say within the next 10 years, something that we all wear all the time. And you're going to see advertisements like in Cyberpunk all over the city. You're also going to be able to socialize with social networking in AR. You go to a grocery store, they'll be able to update prices and signs and advertisements through AR. It's going to be the future. Mark my words. That's the direction the world is heading into, is AR, augmented reality. Yes. Condition Red, hey, what's up, bud? Says Moss is another great game. Yes, it is. It won't give you anxiety or motion sickness. It's third person, similar to Star Child. It's quite a mellow storybook type game. I agree. We have Beat Saber. I don't find it too satisfying. I don't know what it is. Yahoo just says, I still remember the movie Lawnmower Man, made back in 1992, I believe. It was about AR and ahead of its time. Yeah, Lawnmower Man was way ahead of its time. I was just actually thinking about that movie the other day and thinking about rewatching it. Tyler Thunder says, hello, Cobra. Have you heard of Thief Simulator? Cool game. No, I haven't. I'll check it out. Yeah, definitely AR, says Eurodite, is going to take over in the next few years, but VR is a long game. It's going to be where we go. Yeah, I do believe that the future exists with both. But I believe that like for AR or for VR to completely immerse yourself, there are some companies I've seen some devices out there that do both AR and VR. So these things that you wear in your head, they're not out. You can't buy them. They're like prototypes and things like that, to where you could either see through it or not see through it, so that way you could use it as VR. It's really weird. Oh, yeah, do yourself a favor, Eurodite. Watch Lawnmower Man. It's an older movie, but it's a really, really good story. All right, let me get back to the article here. I'm going to start it over. All right, we'll start at creating a game. I almost don't want to put the part in the video where we were talking about the 2021 release. I don't know. Maybe I'll keep it in. Maybe I'll completely cut it. Creating a game that will survive the test of time is a huge feat, and it's important to look at fan feedback and see how you can improve from what's come before your game. CD Projekt Red is hard at work on its upcoming open-world dystopian RPG Cyberpunk 2077, and it's made no secret of the fact that it's learned a lot from Rockstar Games' Red Dead Redemption 2. Speaking to GameStar, translated by Reddit, CD Projekt Red's quest designer Philip Weber confirmed that CD Projekt Red, confirmed that Cyberpunk won't have one of the most controversial features of Red Dead Redemption 2, the game over screen. In Red Dead Redemption 2, players would be greeted with a game over screen, not only if they died, but also if they left the mission area while on a quest. I hate that. I absolutely hate that. The mission should always still be there. It was annoying, and it was something fans definitely didn't appreciate. One Redditor translated Weber's words via comic book writing on Reddit. Cyberpunk 2077 won't have game over screen unless the character dies. Quest designer Philip Weber said in a GameStar podcast that they asked themselves, what is the dumbest thing a player can do? So it could happen that instead of, for example, following a target, you decide to eat a burger in the worst case scenario in some quests. The target actually dies, which will have consequences in the story. I personally think that this is brilliant because you could basically roleplay as the laziest mercenary ever and still beat the game somewhat successful. From the sounds of things, the story will tailor itself to your wins and losses, something that's sure to create a more dynamic world and story. Cyberpunk 2077 just keeps sounding better and better. Unfortunately, we still don't know when it's coming, but rumors says we might be getting a release date announcement at E3 later this year. CD Projekt Red has promised a very important show, and we can't wait to see what it delivers. So going on these past articles here, so it's really cool to see the immersion continuing even in the mission, something that simple. Not going to take you out of the immersion by saying mission failed. Wait, it's not going to say mission failed. It'll just keep carrying on. You have to live with those consequences. I don't know if you can replay the mission. Don't know that. But with the whole thing with Lady Gaga, I don't know. Of course, she probably would have an appearance in the game, but I think that we're going to see like some kind of musical performance maybe at E3. There's there's no facts on that, but it just kind of seems like that's what could be happening. Maybe some of her music's going to be in it, and maybe she'll have a cameo appearance in the Cyberpunk 2077. So, that's something to look forward to. But with the E3, with them promising a very important show, and we can't wait to see what it delivers. I want another long gameplay. I want to see more of the game. I want to be able to have something to break down, and I think it'd be kind of cool seeing. I mean, I'm not a Lady Gaga fan, per se, but I think it would be cool seeing her tied in with some kind of cyberpunk presentation. She is quite strange, and she definitely fits the bill for cyberpunk. So we'll have to wait and see what happens at E3 this year, which is just right around the corner. It's going to be a good year. We got Beyond Good and Evil 2 is going to be there as well. Cyberpunk, so many good things. And so it's going to be a good show. Let me know what you think about all these topics down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about some of these topics down in the comment section below. Give me your thoughts on Lady Gaga, positive, negative. What do you think is going to happen? And let me know what you think about these missions, how you don't get a game over or a mission failed screen. I think it's good. As always, I love you guys, and I will see you all in the next video. Until next time. And that is it. Woo! Let's see. Zyger Boy says, that's cool info right there. No game over, even if player fails to complete their objectives. That's real storyteller right there. I agree, buddy. I remember E3 trailer. We see a celebrity on the red carpet where fans go crazy taking pictures. Oh, yeah, you're right. Could that be Lady Gaga? Let's see if we can find that. That was in the short one, right? Let's take a look. Video will play after the ad. Somebody, GameSpot, hold on a second. GameSpot says here, look who showed up to the party. Were they hinting Lady Gaga 9 months ago? You might be onto something, Zyger Boy. Let's go to that part. Let's see if we can... There we go. Nah. I don't think that would be her, huh? Huh. I don't know. See, these things here, like these robots, fighting these robots, I think that's going to be a mini game in the game, so that you could just go up and maybe even box other people too. But at the same time, practice with these robots. They said there's like tons of activities inside the game. As you can see, there's working out, so I believe you're going to be able to do some of that. It's an RPG with, they said, a lot of stuff to do inside the buildings, a lot of different activities. So I think this is a hint of some of the activities that you could do. Maybe even like the old working out, from like San Andreas and stuff like that. Working out to make your character bigger, better, stronger. Who knows? Go ahead and take a look at the chat. So move ahead where people are taking pictures. Oh yeah. Okay, hold on. Let's move ahead. Talk about right there. Huh. I don't know. I'm not a Lady Gaga fan. Has Lady Gaga ever dressed up like that? I'm not sure. I'm not saying Lady Gaga's bad. I'm not a fan. Black Note Studios, what's up, dude? How you doing? Got a lot of the regular Cobras over here. No, but the Terminator has. That's funny. It's so weird how GameSpot 9 months ago says, look who showed up to the party. I don't know. Grammy says I could see her doing it. She was a vampire in American Horror, so being punk couldn't be that. I always consider her like shock pop, you know? Like her music isn't really shocking, but the way she perceives herself is she always goes for shock value, so I kind of consider her a little I'm old school punk, you know, like Gigi Allen and Lower Class Brats, punk bands like that from the old days. And so I really I feel scared using the word punk describing her, but the way she goes after shock, so it's kind of punkish, but not the music, but she's got a little punk value to her. So this is relaxing. I didn't think you guys would stick around this long, to tell you the truth. I really did not think you would. Got a No Man's Sky article we could read here. It's not very long. What are you doing? My wife is Googling the Lady Gaga topic at the moment. She's got this thing with stars. If it has like a star in it, she likes to know what's going on. You know, not like it's. She doesn't follow the Kardashians. Stop throwing stuff at me. That was a compliment. What did you throw? What is? It's metal. This is like a. It's a bookmark that's made out of metal. You could have cut my nose off. I didn't mean that as a. I meant that was not an anti-compliment. That was a compliment. She doesn't follow the Kardashians, okay? She does. It's not like that. I got witnesses. I could call the cops. She's trained in ninja arts. Jeez. Call Drama Alert. Tell him live on cam a man was assaulted by a woman. Or, you know, Keemstar, or who else does... What's that other guy that does drama stuff for YouTubers? I can't remember his name. Insult. That's it, Matt Barrett. I said anti-compliment. Sometimes our brain don't work. Insult. Thank you, Matt. Matt's got my back. Although I like anti-compliment. I like that. What a weird change of events that just happened. Did we witness Cobra getting bitten by a honey badger? Almost. My nose is fine. It missed. But listen to this. It's sharp. It's metal. Who makes a metal bookmark? Is that what this is, a bookmark? Who makes a metal bookmark? Oh, now you want the bookmark back. All right. Okay, so I guess we can go over this. Got a bit of a cold. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. Ooh, this is a pretty good article. I like this. Condition Red said it's evidence in an assault. Don't give it back. She already took it. Like Infinite Lightning says, they make bookmarks out of metal for people who want to read in peace. All right, let's see where this goes. Maybe this will be a video, maybe it won't be. It's kind of short for a video. I don't make short videos. Maybe I should start. This is probably something good to read on a subcast. Hello Games Sean Murray. I think there's positivity around No Man's Sky. After a rough launch, the future is bright for the massive space adventure game. The vibe around No Man's Sky has been changing. When the ambitious space exploration game first launched to outsized expectations back in 2016, many players were vocal in their disapproval. I don't think it wasn't a whole lot of players in disapproval. It was like a lot of people who didn't buy the game and are making fun of it, and it became a meme. Laminating the state of the game via angry Reddit threads and negative Steam reviews. After that, the team at Hello Games largely went quiet, focusing on improving the game and letting their actions do the talking. It seems to have worked. No Man's Sky today is vastly different from the iteration that debuted 2 years ago, with new features like multiplayer, more varied worlds, and intriguing quest structure. As these changes have come in, including the just announced VR option, the conversation has largely shifted away from what the game should have been and toward what it is right now. I think there's positivity around No Man's Sky. I'm always really appreciative of. Hello Games Sean Murray told The Verge at the Game Developers Conference in San Francisco. There's a nice vibe around us. We're doing stuff that makes us a little bit happy as well. We're not too commercially driven on these things, and it seems to have worked so far. Hang on a second. Like I said, you guys get to see everything that I do. Because I'm an idiot.
Anecdotal.
Huh?
Anecdotal.
Anecdotal.
Anecdotal. Okay. All right. Anecdotal. Okay. What a weird word to use. Anecdotal. It's not... Such an idiot. It's not just anecdotal evidence. The most recent... Wait, it's still highlighted. People are going to know I translated it. It's not just anecdotal evidence. The most recent No Man's Sky user reviews on Steam are mostly positive. Compared to a mixed overall rating, people are also playing more at launch. No Man's Sky players spent an average of 25 hours with the game after last year's massive next update. That jumped to 45 hours. The fact that people were playing so much, even during the rough early weeks, was part of what encouraged the team to keep pumping out new features and updates. We're seeing the stats and people were playing for a long time, Murray says. That consistent stream of updates has also led to a jump in sales. Without revealing specific numbers, Murray says that Next sold the kinds of numbers that AAA games would be happy about at launch, which was not what the team expected. My forecast was much lower than that, he says. We were 2 years out from launch and had quite modest expectations. With the upcoming No Man's Sky Beyond series of updates, which include VR, expanded online multiplayer, and other unannounced features, there's a clear business incentive to add more things to the game. As No Man's Sky has gotten larger and more complex, more players have jumped abroad. And it's the larger updates that are really driving users. Foundation, which was the first one, did fine, but Next was a really big leap, Murray says. It seems to correlate with how long we spend on updates. According to Murray, though, that ongoing commercial success isn't necessarily what's driving himself or the team at Hello Games. We wanted the legacy of the game to be a positive one, he says. It kills me that the general narrative around it is that the team wasn't working hard or that they're lazy. It hurt me to see that. We wanted people to be proud of what they've done, I guess the team, and feel that they made a thing people like. It's been a long road to get to that point, but more than 2 years after launch, No Man's Sky is in a good place. It's both commercial and critical success, and with expansions like Beyond in the works, the future looks bright. I don't think you could have planned this journey, says Murray. No, you couldn't have. The comeback kings of all time. And like I said, this game has had like pretty much 3 launches. 2016, Next, and soon Beyond. I mean, we've got VR people who are making videos who are not No Man's Sky fans who are excited to buy this game. I see people who are not in our community that are saying insta buy for No Man's Sky VR. So we're going to see another record number sales coming from this just for the game alone, to mention like VR sales are just going to skyrocket. You probably got Best Buy stores and GameStops all over the place that are having us explorers come walking in and be like, I'm here to price your VR headsets. You see, I play this game called No Man's Sky. Have you ever heard of it? There's probably tons of us that are just going out to these stores and just spreading the word, the gospel of the Atlas. You know, just an influx of people just going pricing, window shopping, purchasing VR headsets, and then I guarantee you their sales are already getting bumped up right now for people who play on PC, and also PS4 sales as well for PSVR owners who never considered buying No Man's Sky. So the future definitely looks bright. It looks like we're going to get yet another launch, so to speak, of No Man's Sky yet again. So it's amazing. And Sean and the team, they're happy. They're so happy that they have announced that they are working on something brand new. It's not the last campfire, and it's not Beyond that he's talking about. He said that they're working on something that is big, ambitious, and silly, and they are brave enough to be able to come out in the open and say that. You know, that Sean Murray said that in several different interviews to several different people, and he also said it at the GDC. So he definitely wants to talk about this, and I hope that he does. But I hope that he does, you know, and I hope he doesn't stay quiet and not mention it at all until they have a trailer or until it's almost done. I want to be able to talk about this new game and look at the footage and look at the kind of features that could possibly be in this game. So I want to know more, and I don't want to have to wait a year. So hopefully we won't have to wait, but they are brave enough to just come out and tell multiple people, hey, we're working on something new. So good to know that the team at Hello Games is doing great. They are pioneers in the gaming industry. AAA can't hold a flame to what Hello Games have done. Small team, small budget, grand AAA game that has had 3 times in its lifetime that, well, 2 so far. It's had 2 times that it's sold record numbers, and it's getting ready to go through another one. And every update to the game has been for free, which is something you can't say for most AAA titles out there who want you to buy a pass to get content that should be in the game at launch. But I'm going to withhold myself from saying any more about AAAs and Season Pass and DLCs and things like that and save it for another. If you'd like to hear me talk about stuff like that, why don't you go check out the second channel over at Cobra TV Live, where I'm just going to do candid streams, talk about random things. So if you want to hear me talk about how much I hate Season Passes, then check me out over there. That's all I got for today. As always, love you guys. I will see you all in the next stream or the next video. Until next time. And that one's done. We've got Snow Obsidian. What's up, Snow? How you doing, buddy? Grammy says, I like this. A lot of fun listening to you. Thanks. It's a weird little project. I figure if I'm going to make videos, why not do it in front of people? At least record it in front of people. Why not? Yaucha says, going to bed now. Take care, everyone. And thanks for the fun video, Cobra. Ciao. Thank you, Yaucha. Have a good night, buddy. Stay safe. Snow Obsidian says, doing good, man, at work. Oh. Yeah, night shift just like myself, huh? Fret Buzz Podcast. Guys, go check him out. I tell you who should. Aaron has Fret. Aaron is Fret Buzz the podcast. Does like a music podcast where they interview people. You know who should interview Aaron? You should interview the Hidden Jew and his band Head Trauma. They have a clean sound. They do not sound like a local band. They sound like that they have been doing this for years and years and years and years and have many different albums under their belt. But they don't. You know, I mean, my jaw was dropped. I mean, I knew they were going to be good when I saw them live. But when they came out there, that place was dead. And we saw them where Dimebag Darrell was shot, right? In Alrosa Villa. And the place was like not dead in meaning that there was no people. It was dead meaning that people were just blah, you know, and just not really excited. And it was so cool because they were supposed to be getting free drinks because they were a band there, and they were getting free drinks by this girl. But then they went up to go get a drink, and the guy was like, no, you have to pay. He goes, but I'm with the band. And he was like, so what does that mean to me? Right? So they were just like, treated like, you're just another local band coming through here. But when they played, oh my God, that place lit up, man. People started coming out, and just the place was just rocking, dude. And after that, you had like the management team for Alrosa Villa wanting them to come back. And they were talking to him. It was just so amazing to see. Like, they do not sound like a local band. Yeah, I could get you their contacts. I think almost the entire band has followed me on Facebook. I don't know. What else could we talk about? How many people are still left? Wow, still 15. You know how exciting it is to go over and see, just like, it's exciting to see only 15 people watching instead of going over and seeing like a couple hundred, because that just scares me to death. Like, if I mess up, people are going to unsubscribe. Like if I say something wrong, or if a guest on the show says something wrong, people are going to mess up. I mean, they're going to, I'm going to mess up and damage the YouTube channel. Talk about whatever. Well, what kind of? I'll tell you, a good place to go. You guys, some people always say, Cobra, you find like the weirdest games, and you interview like the weirdest developers of games I've never even heard of. I'm going to show you where I get them from. All right, we're going to go right now, and I'm going to show you where I get all those games. It's called IndieDB. I'm going to put the link in the chat. These are games that are in development, and this is sort of like a place to let people know about your game that you're making. And this is where I find a lot of the games, and I go through here, and I try and find, like, I like to call them top-shelf indie games. So we're not talking about, like, 8-bit. Even though those games are fun, there's nothing wrong with, like, 8-bit side-scrolling games. But what I like to do is I like to find like the ambitious games that are on IndieDB that I want to talk about, because if I was a regular indie game channel, then I'd be talking about every one of these games. But I want to go after ambition. I want to go after things that are going to try to push the gaming industry forward. So I'm not belittling some of these other titles. It's just that I don't think that they're pushing the game forward. They're making the industry fun, but they're not pushing the industry forward. So I like to go after the ones that are ambitious. But let me go ahead and put this in the chat, if I can. All right, so there's the website. That's where I get all the stuff from. So let's see, what do we got here? We've got a quick demo showing off Forecast combat planning systems. We got Sphere Adventure Update. So this is a single-player, physical-based 3D platformer rolling ball. Looks kind of cool, but we'll see. Neon Tail. What is this? That's pretty cool. It's like a rollerblading parkour type game. All right, let's go back. And some of these games are out. Like you'll see, Hello Games has even posted on here before. But you'll see stuff like GDC Experience. I wonder if there's some... No. I was going to say, I was wondering if there's any sort of No Man's Sky pictures on here on accident, but nope. Obviously, this is where I discovered Infinitesimals. What is this? Within the Cosmos is releasing 31st May. Let's see what this is. Well, this looks pretty. Let's check it out. Ooh. check that out. Within the Cosmos, 31st May 31st, 2019. That definitely looks good. We are saving that to the clipboard. The year is 2278, and humanity is on the verge of extinction. Your mission is to preserve the human race as they are fighting a war they will not win. You are one of 500 people who work for the UESA, United Earth Space Agency. You were put in... Oh, we got a donation from Grammy. But I can't see. Thank you so much, Grammy. Thank you. Thank you, Grammy. Let's see. Hold on. You were put in cryogenic sleep and sent to the planet Barith. Barith 2, a planet that is tucked away in the Adillo star system, hidden and far from the war. However, once you arrive and your crew come under attack by an unknown enemy, it is up to you to go figure out who was behind the attack and why. That looks... What a sleeper this one is. 435 views on this video, and it's coming out May 31st, next month. Thank you, Grammy. I want to say that again. It's coming out next month, and 435 people know about it. It's more than enough, Grammy. More than enough. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm going to tweet this out. Most definitely. All right, share it on Twitter. Share that stuff around, guys. Let's let the world know that game's coming out next month. I love indie games. And it's releasing on Steam as well. Let's go check it out on Steam. Well, the link didn't work. Oh, it's just a Steam link. So it's not a game. That's not the link to the game, but okay. All right, so yeah, we saved that one to the clipboard. So that's one good find. What is Astrox? What do we got here? Okay, that's weird. Let's go to Stellar Sphere. Lost Island Survival. Okay, they've got no videos. Project Vague. So it looks like a game really early in development. Sort of No Man's Sky-ish. I mean, we don't have... Obviously, they haven't rendered their environment just yet. Very No Man's Sky-ish. Ooh, nice space station. I don't think there's sound. That looks pretty cool. It definitely looks like they're really trying to capture No Man's Sky. It's not bad. I mean, we're looking at it long before they've added any texture. Planets are obviously pretty small. Let's take a look at the other video they got. I don't know. We'll definitely have to keep an eye out for this one. Let me go and save that to the clipboard as well. Frag Ninja says, "What can I say? I was hot in the 90s." Yeah, well, I was too. Was. Seraphim, what is up, dude? How you doing? Yeah, now we're old, Frag Ninja. That's right. Cuz Walt, what is going on, bud? And we're just having like a little chill stream. It's just sitting here going over a few things. If you guys are just tuning in, this is where I find my odd games that really haven't been technically announced yet. We just found a cool one. This looks cool. What is this? Called Drifting? I don't know, that's a bit odd. That is a bit odd. Silver Creek Falls, Chapter 3. Yeah, so if you're just coming by, we're just seeing if we can find some hidden gems here on the IndieDB. Rock, paper, scissors. What is Secrets of Mars? I don't know, but they don't have any videos. No videos. There is a lot on that screen. What in the world? Really eerie soundtrack. I'm not sure if we're looking at like a... Oh, I love the soundtrack. I'm not sure if we're looking at like a point and click type game. I'm not sure. Let's take a look at the chat and see what's going on. Yeah, it's creepy soundtrack. I like it though. Let's see what else we got here. There's that Within the Cosmos again. I wonder if it's got, if it's the same one. Yeah, same. Oh, wait, what is this? Is this different? Yeah, it's the same one that we already looked at. Same trailer. Let's see. Spaceman. What is Spaceman? This looks interesting. What is this? it looks kind of cool, but they got a long way to go, I think. A long way to go. Escape from the island. What is Shadows of Doubt? No videos. Thank you, Guzwalt. Thank you, buddy. The Firmament. I think I looked into that. I think it was because you told me to look into it, but I can't quite remember what it was. Infinite Lightning said that game was discount No Man's Sky with ship customization. Yeah, I agree with you. Every once in a while, you find something on here that is not known and is truly ambitious. Sometimes I spend hours on here before I find something really, really good. We found one right away, though. What? Be a space exploration game and storm chasing game in a handcrafted galaxy. Be a heroic storm chaser, a drugged out pirate, cultist, a dashing merchant. What is this? Underspaced.
They say the storms rule the stars. 1,000 races have come through our galaxy, and 1,000 races have died upon the storm front, broken by rains that brought their ships to life, lightning that cracked open and drank suns, thunder that spewed forth nameless horrors. We are not next. We will fight whatever monsters the storm brings, tear through whatever it throws at us, kill the storm.
I'm interested. Things have advanced a fair bit. If you couldn't tell, all systems and stations are in and can be visited. All cargo and equipment can be bought, sold, traded, etc. The only exception to this are unique weapons and items that only drop from bosses and exploration. And all fighters can be purchased and flown. A more detailed explanation from the state of the game is at the start of this year. Can be found here. Now on to some of the more relevant stuff. I do plan to release in 2019. I can't give a specific date, but much of the game is far along and playable. Most importantly, it's actually pretty damn fun. A crowdfunding campaign is planned as well. Hopefully that will come alive next month. But I don't want to rush anything. If there's one thing we have plenty of, it's time. Also plenty of trains, but those can't really help with a crowdfunding campaign. Now, I'll mostly be using the articles here for major updates and announcements, as well as occasional game shots. If you're interested in following more active development of the game, they have a Tumblr, receives most smaller scale development updates. You can also check the FAQ, frequently asked questions. Oh, guys, I think we found something I'm interested in. Oh, wait. Goodbye? What did you say? Wait. Hey, Cobra, did you know that Leslie Benzies is at E3? Oh, my God, are you... I'm trying not to cuss. What? I did not hear this. I'm not... Where did you see that news at? Okay, yeah, if you're following me on Twitter, goodbye, tweet it at me. You're not going to believe this, but I found an active IRC channel in 2019 that's just people talking about nothing. What is an IRC channel? Okay, goodbye. All right. Yeah, tweet at me. If that's true, that's big news because, you guys, the game Everywhere is going to be the next big ambitious title. Back in the 90s, I wasn't on the internet. I was in a band and I was skateboarding like crazy. I was... I wasn't... I didn't get... I didn't get involved in the internet until like... 2002? I think I remember like in 90, I'd say 98, we ended up getting our first home computer, and it was in my dad's room. And I remember we got it all hooked up, and we went through AOL to get online, and we typed in a website, and it took so long to load up. We got tired. We were just like, I don't know, we're like weird apes staring at something we didn't understand, waiting to see it do something we didn't know it was going to do. That's what me, my father, and my brother look like, staring at the computer, and it just sat there doing nothing. And then finally, the pictures of the site just started loading up very slowly. It was crazy. It was crazy. And that's when I realized This stuff is too slow for my attention span. I got ADHD, and I wanted to go do something, and I was not interested at that time in the internet. That completely broke me. I remember the only thing the computer was good for me was playing Doom, and that's it. Duke Nukem. Yeah, the old Doom game. Seemed like it came like it was on every computer. Frag Ninja saying, tweeting you while you're live just because. LOLs. If Leslie Benzies is going to be at E3 2019, this is going to be a big deal, guys. I know it's hard to take my word for it that everywhere the game is going to be the next big thing, the next big splash, like how No Man's Sky was. Where it was like this impossible feat that they are announcing, you know, this universe, these planets, this exploration, things like that. It was like a big buzz. Everywhere the game is going to be that next thing. It's going to be, it's ambitious. I don't have any gameplay. All I have is the words of Leslie Benzies to go by and them explaining in a very cryptic way what the game is going to be about. And see if anything. I don't think anything news happened here. So nothing news happened. In the near future, technology has brought humanity to the precipice of a world-shifting change. There are those who want to use this technology to advantage only themselves, and those who want to use it to help all humankind. We will look to the stars, or stare only at our feet. Will we be in? No, those are questions. Sorry, I'm Jesus Christ. Will we look to the stars, or stare only at our feet? Will we be inspired or live in fear? There's a war between good and evil in the hearts of men and women. Everything is changing, and there's no going back. It's a game, it's a community, it's a new world. The storm is on the horizon, and it is only the beginning of everywhere. Over here it says, you are the player. You, the player, are integral to the creation, growth, and future of everywhere. Our journey together began when you registered with Everywhere. In time, through both website and in-game challenges, your player will evolve, and your place in Everywhere will become clear. This is the mastermind behind Grand Theft Auto 3, 4, 5. Leslie Benzies, the dude, man, from Rockstar. I've got a... I need to make a video about everything Leslie Benzies has been through, about going to court, about suing Rockstar for $150 million when they told him to take a vacation, and when he came back, they said that he walked away from the company and fired him. He lost the lawsuit. He didn't get the $150 million that they owed him in royalties. They changed the contract. They threw it away and rewrote it. And he lost. He lost everything. And then he called his company Royal Circus Games. And Rockstar Games said that was too close to theirs, sued him, and made him change the name. So now his company is called Build a Rocket Boy. they then sued him for trying to get employees from Rockstar to come work for him, poaching, like employee poaching. And he alleged in court that Rockstar was blackmailing their own people by having nude photos of their employees and blackmailing them that they had to do whatever they say and stay with the company, otherwise they'll leak the photos or leak the blackmail information that they have on their own people. Sort of like almost like a cult. So Leslie Benzies, the former vice president of Rockstar, alleged this in court. It's a weird situation, but I definitely want to make a video on all that. I guess wives of the some of the employees at Rockstar are actually starting to speak out as well. It's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. But I've got all the info. I've got all the court documents of what Leslie was saying. I got the, I don't know what you would call it, the depositions and stuff like that. I got them saved on a notepad, and I was supposed to make a video about it months ago. And it's such a complicated video that it really doesn't fit on Cobra TV. It fits more like, I don't know, like, I don't know. It's just a weird video, and maybe we'll make it here in a couple days. Well, we got three channels now on Cobra TV. We got Cobra TV Clips, which I got to start clipping stuff. I kind of stopped. And then we got this channel, Cobra TV Live, which we're just going to do stuff like this. And then we got Cobra TV main channel. But yeah, it's an interesting story with Leslie Benzies. Very interesting story. And I really want to get into it. No hacking anybody. No hacking. Be like, no, I can't say that. No, don't no hacking anybody. If they're at E3, oh my God, that's going to be a great show. We're going to finally learn more about this game. And look, this is the mastermind behind Grand Theft Auto franchise right here. He's got something to prove. They opened up 4 studios. Let's see if we can find the information to that. So this is where they're at. Look at that setup. Look at those guys, man. They're set up to work, that's for sure. They have 4 studios: Budapest, Edinburgh. I can't remember where the other 2 are. Yeah, you guys hear the kittens? Yeah, there's a new litter of kittens in here now. Another pregnant cat heard on the street that it's easy to get into this house and had the litter here. And of course, my kids would never turn down a pregnant cat. And And another strange cat that I don't know had its litter here. Very awesome, Frag. I got a cat that's 15 years old. Grammy, there's no way Leslie would do an interview with me. No way. I mean, the guy is a literal rock star. I don't even see him in this picture. Yeah, I mean, we only own like 3 cats here, but there are cats that come in and out of this house to be pet, to get out of the cold, and to get a bite to eat, and then they leave again. So 3 normal cats that are family, right? But altogether, the cats that are coming in here that will come in the moment you open up a door, boom, 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 they just come right in. Like, what the heck? I don't even know you. 11 cats total that just treat this house like a shelter and a diner. Yeah, I named a couple of them Freeloader. Mooch and Freeloader. There's a cat named Mooch and a cat named Freeloader. Yeah, there's 11. They don't stay here. They come in, they want to be pet, they want to eat some tuna, some fish, some cat food, and then they want out. And I'll tell you the craziest thing. Listen to this. My 3 cats go outside, right? They go outside. To come in, there's like this piece of metal by my door that isn't secure anymore. And if they pull on it, it recoils back and it hits the door. So it's almost like a doorbell. It's almost like knocking, right? And all these other cats, they do it too. So it's almost like these cats knock to get in. And they will sit there and do it louder and louder and louder until you let them in. And there's been so many times, right? I hear the clink, ka-clink, ka-clink, ka-clink. And I go to the door, and I go to open up the door, and it's some cat that I've never freaking seen before runs right into the house. You got to see how many cats are outside here. It's like an invasion. Grammy says she's had 25 once and I got rid of them all to nice families. Whew. Yeah. I know someone who got to know the cats before naming them. They're called Fluffy and Captain Chaos. Cats are smart, unfortunately. Yes, Infinite Lightning. Well, this is a weird freaking stream, isn't it? We're talking about cats. There's too many cats. Too many cats. And I got a little tiny dog. It's like a little lap dog, right? Little itty bitty dog. And it's scared to death in this house with all these cats here. And there's these 2 cats. One is mine. That's one of the 3. And when they started multiplying, I decided to name it Mogwai. Because if you get Mogwais wet, they multiply, right? And that's all what I've always said about my wife. Every time I got her wet, she multiplied like a Mogwai. I'm sorry for that joke. But anyway, I named the cat Mogwai. And because the cats were multiplying. But then there's this other cat that's made its way here, and he gets in, and I don't know how he gets in. So his name's Merlin, right? Magical cat. And these cats fight to kill each other. Only these two. And if you don't break them up, one of them's going to die, if not both of them. Two male cats. They got the. No, she's not in the room. She's not in the room. I'm alone. Goodbye dropped a bomb of Leslie Benzies and then pieces out. Not sure if he was telling the truth. Can't find anything. Yeah, I can't find anything either. But it's not like it's going to be big news because a lot of people don't even know about this game. I don't even think a whole lot of media is really paying attention to this game. So if Leslie Benzies dropped it low-key somewhere in an interview, I don't think it would be big news. I don't think IGN would get a lot of clicks off of something like this. Yeah, and Munn says she's not in the room, but it's okay. It's just all over the internet. It's true. It's just not appropriate to say. Yeah, if there's a lot of hate with everywhere, it's going to be... There's going to be some conspiracy to it, because I think Rockstar is going to try and make things hard for Leslie. Boy, I really hope he is at E3. Because we got to know more. There's hardly any news about this. I've already made like 3 videos of this, and we've already discussed every interview so far out there. I don't know, but we'll see. What is hyperflight? I mean, it looks kind of cool. A lot of talent, but I don't know if it's mine. Let me go. There's this cat this kitten that's meowing. Let me go check on it real quick. I'll be right back, guys. I'm just gonna let's see. See if we can find something to play real quick while I get up and go check something. How do you like it, Elon Musk? That's the name of a game? Bad Girl is a 90s inspired third-person shooter. Bad Girl.
Action.
Oh my god. Okay. me go check on this cat. I'll be right back. I'm back. Everything's fine. Oh, let's see. Anything else? Did I copy that one game? Let me make sure. I think I put Underspace on here. All right. I just wanted to make sure I didn't lose Underspace because Underspace? Yeah, it's called Underspace because that looks really amazing. Infinity Battlescape. I played the pre-alpha of Infinity Battlescape a long time ago, before No Man's Sky came out. Holy crap. All that turbulence because of the storm. That's so cool. Sorry. This game has come so far. Oh, wow. Give me this game now. It's like watching a movie. No, I want to see more. Come on. Yeah, they need a better pilot to test their game. I should send them my number. Yeah, that game has come a long way since like 2015. Still not out yet. And the only thing about that is you can't get out of your ship in the game. Yeah, true. The more time they take, the better the game will be. It's been in development for a very, very long time. I almost had the interview with the guy, but he wanted me to play it at the same time I interviewed him. And at the time, I had a $300 Dell desktop. And he wanted me to go into the game and interview him while I was playing the game. And the interview fell through because I didn't have a PC that could run it. Yes, games like that would be absolutely amazing in VR. You can't get up out of the seat. No, it's like Elite Dangerous, but it's not. You're battling for territory instead of like being a space trucker or a space. It's a 2-scale star system. So imagine how long it would take us to get to the opposite ends of our star system. It's 2-scale, so it's a big game, and could probably feel as large as No Man's Sky, just because of the sheer size of the scale, a real 2-scale star system. And you're battling over territory of planets. So think like PlanetSide 2, but in your ship, fighting for control over space stations out in space, fighting control over planetary control, things like that. They do have a lot of pressure for getting space legs. A lot of people are, come on, it'd be great. I don't understand why not have a first-person shooter aspect to it on the ground. I just don't understand some of these decisions developers make. I am going to enjoy a nice cigarette. I know I shouldn't. I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. Been trying to cut down on my coffee drinking because my esophagus is entirely burned. It hurts. Yeah, Frag Ninja might go streaming, so go check out Frag Ninja when this, obviously when the stream ends. I did too, Frag. I switched to vaping. But every once in a while, I want a cigarette. This has been an odd stream, but I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed not having the pressure of having to talk a million miles a minute and not having dead air and not making a mistake. What is this? Let's check this out. This looks odd. It's a road trip game. I like the visuals of the car view, but not my cup of tea. And what are you? Oh, that looks cool. I guess just showing off the engine, the environment, not too much more than that. All right, whatever that is, they took that video down. So not much to go on with this. All right. Everybody's laughing about the road trip game. Yeah. Yes, this stream is very, very chill, cuz almost way too chill, I think. I don't know. I've enjoyed it. I will. I'll do this more often. Yeah, I mean, it's cool to unwind, and maybe we'll come across some stuff that we'll record a video on, and then I'll edit it and put it on the main channel. But yeah, this is fun. I think I need to make it more fun, though. I think I need to get a little bit production value, maybe even plan a little bit, and then I don't know. I don't want to make it stressful. Yeah, I definitely want to keep it like, I mean, obviously I want people to come check it out, but I definitely want to keep it small. Infinite Lightning, right. Low key. Definitely low key. So, what I'm trying to save up for is, you know how cool, and I talked about this on the Patreon page. I'll let you guys know too, like, Grammy says, I think just having people, I just think having people come that like you for what you do is best. It could be the Cobro secret, only those that know about it Kerber, I loved being on your subcast for the first time. I know I talked fast. Yeah, no, I love how you talk, Tyler. Don't think that was an anti-compliment. No, it was fun having you on. I would have you on every single time. You want to come on the show, you're on the show. You got a great personality, Tyler. And I agree, Grammy. I agree. I love it when you're on Frag, too. Frag, when you're on, I can almost like take a breather and just let you talk. Because you should have like your own podcast show. Not just gameplays and Let's Plays, like a podcast. See, that's the thing with me. I don't want Cobra TV to be a Let's Play channel. That's why I want to make like No Man's Sky Let's Plays, but I don't want it to be looked at as a Let's Play channel. I like to talk about games. I like to have a podcast. I like to have like a radio show where people get to call in, voice their opinion about things. That's what I want Cobra TV to be. And also a place to discover rare indie gems, ambitious titles, things like that. I feel like at one point in time, in my own opinion, I was uploading too much gameplay. And I just didn't want it to people. I didn't want for people to expect, because some people were expecting like lots of gameplay. And maybe I should have a channel for that. Maybe I should do that here sometimes. But I just don't want Cobra TV, the main channel, to be like a Let's Play channel. I like talk. I love talk radio. That's when I'm in the car. I don't listen to music. I listen to talk radio, no matter what it is. I just I don't care what they're talking. Well, I used to listen to Coast to Coast when I had a different schedule. And now when I go home, like on Sundays, I think like the best thing I could find where they're talking about is like real estate, gardening, and lawyer services. And it's just got to be somebody talking. I don't know what it is. What is a iCast? An IceCast. I've looked at like a lot of places to host a podcast. Every podcast service like Podbean and stuff like that, it's they cost money. Yeah, sure they say free, but you barely get anything. You barely get anything with that. It's hard to build a community on Podbean if you don't pay money. And yeah, I could upload to iTunes easily. But again, at the same time, it's hard to build a community on iTunes. And I like to interact with the community. I like building communities. I like to interact with the community. I would not take a radio show. Well, maybe I would if I could still do YouTube. I like YouTube more. I mean, think about how powerful YouTube is. When I was a kid, I wanted to be in radio, right? Or I wanted to be on TV. The power of YouTube. We could all broadcast ourselves to the world and be who we wanted to be. Hollywood does not dictate if you're important enough to be seen anymore. You know what I mean? Every one of you guys could be stars. No, because it costs money to upload onto that for space, for memory, or whatever you want to call it. You still have to use something to post your stuff over there, like even SoundCloud. I think that has a limit for being free. How do you get your own server? You're right, Grammy. YouTube has totally pissed me off. Like, they're trying to push themselves into a Netflix area to where they can, compete with Netflix. I like hearing news and opinions from people around the world. I don't like hearing news and opinions from the Mockingbird community, which is like mainstream media, fake stream media. I don't like hearing stuff from them. I want to hear real people talk about real issues. And YouTube was trying to silence them. And there's this program that YouTube is doing now where they are offering you mainstream media for all of your searches. So if an event happens and you want to hear more about it from real people and you search for it, it's only going to give you CNN, MSNBC, Fox, all those people who I don't even trust for news. You don't get the real people anymore. And if it's happening there, it's going to happen in podcasting too. So if you search podcast, just search a podcast. You're going to get what YouTube thinks you should get. You're going to get H3H3 podcast, Joe Rogan. The days of seeing real people around the world is over. Look, I hate flat earthers. I don't hate them. I don't hate them as people. I hate the subject, right? But that's even being silenced on YouTube. And just because I disagree with them, dude, they should have a right to say the earth is flat. And I know YouTube is not a right. It's a property. It's a private company. But why would you... It only makes people think that the theory of flat earth could be true if you silence them. Let them say it's flat. Let me laugh at it. I just want to laugh at them saying it's flat. And I can't do that anymore because they're trying to silence them and trying to silence people. I don't want to talk too much about it. I was supposed to start a conspiracy YouTube channel, like a paranormal conspiracies and talk and stuff like that. I'm afraid to do that now because they're trying to get rid of those talks. Like you could barely search for that stuff anymore. I mean, I follow a lot of people who talk about those things, and I'm noticing that a lot of those channels are freaking disappearing. You're not allowed to have on YouTube, you're not allowed to have a different opinion than what mainstream media tells you. If you do, you're silenced. While I do not agree with everything that Alex Jones says, he should not be in a position to where he has to sit there. I'm going to stop. Infinite Lightning says, well, they're making the internet reflective of real life. I don't agree with that. There has been so many things that people have spoken out against and said the narrative that they're saying is not true and have been proven correct. There are conspiracy theories that have been proven to be true, like the conspiracy theorists were right. That's right, Frag Ninja. It reflects a narrative. Just let people say the crazy, that's how entertaining is it to watch a video where someone is saying that they were probed by an alien in the butt. And YouTube wants to silence those people because they're misleading their viewers. I don't care. I want to hear it because I think it's funny. It's entertaining. Let me freaking hear it. It's what made YouTube good. That's why YouTube is YouTube. You know what I mean? YouTube. Not media, not like mainstream media tube. I just want normal people. When I say normal people, I mean people that live in houses and they've got a camera and a microphone, right? I want to hear them talk, even if it's crazy, even if they're saying that the earth is flat. I want to sit here and I want to watch their video and I want to get triggered. Just leave YouTube the way it is. That's why it was good. When I found YouTube, I met the craziest people in the world. And it was entertaining to me. Well, it is what it is. Grammy says soon another platform will come and those who have out-of-the-box ideas will move to that. You see, nothing, like, it's a conspiracy all on its own. Like, there are major conglomerate, like, the major social media things. And Jack from Twitter called everybody his peers. Facebook, YouTube, Google. He called it peers. He didn't call it competitors. I don't think that we've had so many things rise up to try and compete with YouTube, and they fall away. Nothing can compete with these because I believe nothing is supposed to be able to compete with them. Facebook exists to make you believe what they want you to believe. Twitter exists to make you believe what they want you to believe. YouTube exists to control the narrative to make you believe what they want you to believe. And any other little guy like Real.me tries to come and make another service, it just gets bogged down and they all go away. They all go away. There will never be an alternative. These things are rooted into the fabric of the world, and it's a weapon. It's turning into a weapon. Oh my gosh, I gotta stop. Jesus Christ. I gotta stop. It's getting too late. I'm saying weird stuff. Okay. All right. I'm going to sound like the dude from an RV at Yellowstone if I don't get off of here. So, there is anthropologist who says that the difference between humans and other animals are our social myths. A soapbox show. What's a soapbox show? Yeah, they're gonna shut this channel down. Technically, I think there's certain laws. YouTube is a publishing company, pretty much. It's not like a social network. It's not a platform. It's a publishing company. So I think you got certain rights within that. I don't know. Someone was talking to me about that at work. We're where you stand on your soapbox and tell it as you see it. Oh. Yeah, maybe. All right, so the first rule of Cobra TV Live is you don't talk about Cobra TV Live. The second rule about Cobra TV Live is you do not talk about Cobra TV Live. That's the only two rules. No, I'm kidding. Talk about Cobra TV Live. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. This has been so much fun, and I'm going to do this more often. So I hope to see you guys around again. I hope it wasn't too boring for you. Maybe I'll plan some stuff ahead of time, make it a little bit interesting, and the last hour will be more chill like this. I will. I'll do it more. Vac Killers, what's up, bud? I didn't know you were here. All right, guys. I will see everybody in the YouTube universe in the next video. And I'll get some of this stuff edited, see if we can get it up within the next day or 2 or 3. All right, guys. I'll see everybody later. Love y'all. Bye, everybody. Kitty agrees.